So, as we prepare to engage in this exercise where we consider what to do when we feel like we have too much to do, I invite you to begin by simply finding a comfortable posture. And if possible, trying to sit so that you're sort of tall, alert, but relaxed. Perhaps grounding your feet on the floor, sensing the surface supporting you. And then let's turn to the breath and just take 3 slow, deep breaths at your own pace. And then connect with your body, just sensing any tension or other sensations that may be present for you. You're welcome to gently scan the body. Just notice if there are any areas that stand out to you. And if you are feeling a little tight or tense, feel free to take another deep breath in. And as you exhale, just soften the body as best as you can. And now let's take a moment to think about all of the things that you're supposed to do. So maybe you actually have a written to-do list, or maybe it's sort of a running list that you keep in your head. It could be work obligations, personal obligations, tasks, messages that need a response, meetings you have to attend. Just imagine all of those things. And then picture that each one of them is floating in a bubble above you. So each bubble representing something on your list that needs to get done. And so take a moment to just think about each of these things. And there may be a lot of bubbles floating above you, or maybe there's only a few, but they're big bubbles, big things that have to be done. And so as you see all of these things to do floating above you, take a moment to just pause and think about whether there's anything inherently stressful about having all these bubbles above your head. And if not, then maybe ponder, where does the stress and sense of overwhelm come from? Is it really about having too much to do? Or is it maybe something a little deeper? Maybe worrying whether you can get it all done, whether you'll be able to perform up to expectations, whether it's your own expectations or others. Maybe you're afraid that you're going to let others down if you don't perform to those expectations. Could it be the concern of forgetting something that's on your list? Letting one or more balls drop? So, as you think about your own situation, your list of things, think about what might be causing your stress. The number of items or the volume of what you have to accomplish? Or is it something else? Perhaps you hold really high expectations for yourself and you want to do everything perfectly. But perhaps that's not possible and you're putting extra stress on yourself. On the other hand, there may be items that have to be completed, work deadlines, where you do have colleagues or supervisors demanding when these items get accomplished and how well they need to be accomplished. So perhaps there are some things that maybe aren't under your control, but maybe there also are some things on the list that you have a little more leeway with, can give yourself a little more grace in how much time you take to complete it or how well it gets done. So let's take a deep breath in, gently let it out. And then consider a couple of questions. What if everything doesn't get done? Will it really be the end of the world? Will you be okay? Perhaps it might mean taking some time to prioritize the list, choosing the things that must get done, either for yourself or someone else, and perhaps setting aside some of the things that are not as necessary or not as urgent. Maybe it's giving yourself some grace on those items and recognizing that you can accomplish them even if it doesn't come out as perfectly as you hope or want it to. And then perhaps even trying to find a bit of gratitude in the fact that you are needed for some of these things to be done, and that you're an important link in the process. That you have a sense of purpose and things to do that may be meaningful for you, for others. Is there something, even one thing, that you are grateful for in all of those bubbles floating above you. And so as you continue to imagine those bubbles drifting gently above you, know that it's okay to release the pressure to juggle them all perfectly. Some may pop, some may float away, but at the end of the day, you'll still be okay. Trust yourself that you will get the important ones done, and forgive yourself if there's ones that you might just have to let go because they're not important or not urgent or not necessary. And that's okay. So when you are feeling overwhelmed with your list of things to do, see if you can take a pause. Notice the quiet beneath the busyness, the sense of stillness inside the chaos. And let yourself rest in that space, even just for a moment. Knowing that wholeness isn't found in getting everything done. It's found in being present and breathing and remembering that you are already whole just as you are. And so I invite you to take a few more moments. See those bubbles floating above your head. Perhaps taking time right now to think about which ones are the must-dos, and which ones maybe can be set aside or even taken off the list completely. And then, of course, remembering that you haven't gotten as far as you have in your life by not meeting goals and deadlines and expectations. You've been through experiences like this in the past, where you have a seemingly endless list of things to do, but somehow you do manage to get them done. And so trust yourself to manage all that's on your list, knowing that you will truly get done the things that need to get done, and give yourself the grace to let go of the ones that don't, or to be okay if it gets done, but it's just not quite as perfect as you hoped it would be. So taking one more moment to sit with your body, with your breath, with your bubbles. Knowing that you will be able to manage what may sometimes seems like an overwhelming list of things to do. And then we'll take one more deep breath in. Gently let it out. And then if your eyes were closed, you can begin to gently open them or lift your gaze. Feel free to take a moment to reorient to the space that you're in as you prepare to continue with your day, perhaps reconsidering your to-do list, taking time to prioritize, and giving yourself grace if it doesn't all get done, or if it doesn't all get done the way you hope it will, knowing that in the end, it will still be okay.